Salvete, my friends, and welcome back to S.P.Q.R. Productions. Welcome to episode 2 of a new series that I have begun on the channel called Roman Culture, where we explore commonly overlooked aspects of Roman life that serve as fun and fascinating insights into the everyday activities of the Roman people. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the various medical procedures of the Roman world. Some of these are pretty grotesque, so this video is definitely not for those with a weak stomach. The first surgery that we will be taking a look at today is tooth extraction. It isn't hard to imagine that the Romans, who had absolutely no knowledge of oral hygiene, had some issues with their teeth. These ranged from cavities to root canals and included everything in between. It is for these reasons that the Romans needed to get the occasional tooth pulled. So, how did they go about performing this procedure? If you needed a tooth pulled, step 1 would be getting your local dentist to come to your insulae, also known as a Roman apartment. It is important to note that this dentist wasn't actually a full-blown dentist, but rather more of a specialized tooth puller. Once our quote-unquote dentist arrived, you would have to find a good spot to lie down, and then, through the usage of his dental forceps, which were a pair of pliers that he used to remove teeth, he would slowly wiggle your tooth out. They would then extract the bones surrounding the root of the tooth, and then you were good to go. The only anesthetic that you would receive during this whole procedure is a strong cup of wine. So if you're ever time traveling and have a toothache, I'd recommend waiting it out until you're back in the present. The second procedure that we will be talking about is the cesarean section. This was basically the same type of C-section that is done today by modern doctors, which consists of an incision into the abdomen and uterus of the mother in order to remove the baby. But I figured that I'd mention it because of its etymology. The cesarean section was named after the famous Roman general and politician, Julius Caesar, as it was reported by historians such as Pliny the Elder that Caesar himself was born via a C-section. Pretty cool, right? The final type of surgery that we will be discussing is amputation, which, in my opinion, is probably the worst type of operation that you could have without anesthetics. This procedure was occasionally used on Roman soldiers who were injured on the battlefield, but was more commonly a result of infection and gangrene, which were both quite common in a society that didn't understand the concept of germs. The operation would begin with the surgeon shaving the hair off of the limb that was going to be amputated. Then, a sort of bandana that was saturated with warm water was put onto the neck of the patient in order to calm them. Then, after identifying the various blood vessels and arteries, the surgeon would pretty much just go for it and hope for the best. Like the other procedures mentioned, the only anesthetic available was good old wine. And while I could see it being at least kind of helpful for something like a toothache, I don't think it would have worked much magic during an amputation. Thank you all so much for watching the video. For the sake of time, I only covered a few of the surgeries that were performed by the Romans, but if you're interested, I would be happy to make a part 2 to this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.